welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I wanted to go ahead and try out some new products that I got a little while back. I know this isn't so new anymore, but I still wanted to film this. It's still new to me. I've had this now sitting for a while, but you guys know I was, well, actually maybe you don't know because I think I probably responded to comments and didn't actually say it in the video. I was dealing with an episode of depression for like the last 5 to 6 weeks. So I've been kind of off, and then, you know, it was my husband's birthday and then our anniversary and my birthday. So just kind of been busy. I just had like 10 days off, and today's my last day off, and I'm going back to work tomorrow, I'll probably be at work today when you're watching this, but I wanted to film with the new Norn'S collection from Oden'S. And this is actually my first time trying Oden'S, so I'm super excited. I did pick up the large palette, and then I also got one of the minis, and of course I had to get a highlighter. I just got one, and then I got a lipstick, and I also got one of their silk scarves, and I'm wearing it in my hair, so I can't really show you what it looks like. I don't really know much about like the Norn'S series. I know it's all based off of some kind of mythology, so I will read you a little bit off the card here. So it says, in Norse mythology, 3 sisters weave and guard the web of fate. They also attend the spring of life that supports the world tree. The Norn sisters are the most powerful beings in the cosmos. So there's 3 sisters. There's Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld. I picked up the like the Norn's palette, and you can see there's all 3 sisters on there. How beautiful is that packaging? It's so pretty. And then I also picked up the Urd, which was the color story that spoke to me the most, but also like I kind of just like loved the look of, like, you know, how her eyes are, and then the kind of metallic bit in the middle reminds me, wow, I can't even talk, in the middle reminds me of like an Indian bindi, so that was really cool. So Urd is the past, lends her name from the Well of Fate. Verdandi is the present, symbol of the process of becoming, and Skuld is the future. I hope I'm saying those right. The youngest who decides the future. So I will show you guys close-ups of everything, because let's start with the lipstick, because I feel like the lipstick is more of, you know, one of their older things. I don't think this was a part of Norn's. I think this was just a part of their regular line. So this is in the shade Light Peach. I kind of regretted buying this when it came in, because like we're not really even wearing lipsticks that much because of, you know, pandemic. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm still really excited to try out the lipstick. I mean, I love a good like light peachy nude, so I'm all for it. The next is the Norn's eyeshadow palette. So this is like the 16 shade one. So I just took it out of the sleeve, but the sleeve is this has a little bit more texture to it than like this card did. It has texture too, but this is kind of like a, I don't know how to explain that. It's kind of leathery feeling, if that makes sense. So you do get like a nice size like mirror in there, and then here are the shades that come in the palette. It's a really beautiful color story, and I love like all of the shimmers in here. And I was excited because I think regularly their 16-pan palettes always contain a glitter. This one didn't, so I was kind of like, ooh, okay, I'm totally up for that. So the next one is the Urd, and that one really caught my eye because of the color story. It's just kind of like grungy green, but like at the same time kind of ethereal feeling. So I think we're gonna play with this one today. I will probably do like a separate video using the larger palette, and maybe I'll do a couple looks with it. I figured I could do this one with, like, you know, the other products, because it really, I mean, you could do different looks with it, but it's kind of easier to stick to the one color story, whereas like I would have to really think about what to do with the larger palette. So we'll do that one later in another video. So let me know, do you want to see like 3 looks or 4 looks, or how many looks do you want to see with that palette? Because I'm willing to do it. So the next one is the highlighter, and I got it in Veil of Future, which is a kind of like purpley gold one. So here's what it looks like. The marble on these are stunning. It's so beautiful. And the way they were showing how they're made, like, it's such a cool way that they make products that I was just like so in awe of that reel. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go watch that. So I think if you go to Oden'S page on Instagram. You can go to their Reels section. There should be something in there, and I think they're making the blue one, but it's so satisfying. We're gonna go ahead and dip right in. I'm gonna zoom you guys in, and let's go ahead and get started with the Oud palette. All right, so here we are. I promise I'm still wearing my shirt. I'm not naked, I promise. I'm just sipping on some wine here. I got my little Mrs. mug. I was gonna say mug because I never drink, I guess, but cheers. I went ahead and primed my lids already with my Urban Decay primer potion. As usual, like, is there any surprise at this point? Not really. So here is the palette. I will show you some up close swatches of it, of course. All right, so let's get into the look. I just cleaned some of my brushes today, so I'm super excited to kind of, you know, play with this. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go into the shade Memory, yeah, Memory, and we're gonna start puffing. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this shade here called Memory, and we're gonna start buffing that into our crease, and you can just take that on any fluffy brush. I'm just taking a random one by some brand called Mix Girl. I think I got it at like a little Japanese store, so I don't really know where you could even get that, but this is kind of like a sage green. Just popping that in the crease like that and just buff it out real nice. Okay, so now that I've got that in the crease, I'm gonna go into the second shade here called Nostalgia. It's a little bit more of a, like an olive green, and we're gonna pop that just right underneath that kind of sage color, still in our crease, but keep it below where the sage color is. I'm just taking a slightly fluffier brush. I'm gonna go back into Memory, and I'm just gonna buff that over top. And then back in with a little bit more of Nostalgia. I'm really liking how that's looking so far. These ones do have a little bit of kick up, the mattes at least so far. I don't really mind that, but just something to note. But I do feel like these are blending pretty beautifully so far, so no major issues. So far that's how it's looking. I think that looks really, really good. We're gonna go in and let's deepen the outer corner a little bit. I'm just gonna use like a kind of dense brush like this, and I'm gonna go in with this dark shade here called Past. It just looks like a dark kind of purpley, cool toned brown shade. And this one, because there is also kick up, I just want to tap off any excess because you don't want fallout, especially if you've done your base like I have. So if you haven't done your base though, I think you're okay. Doesn't look like there's much fallout though, so that's good. So we're just gonna do that just on the outer corner. Okay, so next, I think we're gonna go in with, looking for my pencil brush. I'm gonna go in with this pencil brush from Nabla. It's just a really stubby looking one. I'm gonna go into the shade Nostalgia, which is that kind of olive green that we used. And I'm really gonna start buffing this out on the lower lash line and gonna connect that to the outer bit there. And then I'm gonna take like a flat shader brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into Past, which was that dark brown shade we used on our outer corner. I'm just running that right along our lower lash line. And I'm just gonna take the pencil brush. I'm not adding any more color to this, but really just gonna buff that out, just so it's kind of like a smooth blend. Okay, and then I think for all over the lid, I'm gonna go in with that dark green shade, but I think I'm gonna put down some glitter glue first. So I'm just gonna take it on kind of a long flat shader. I'm just squeezing out a little bit, and we're just gonna take that. Now that I've got glitter glue on my lids, I think I'm gonna try it with the same brush. I don't know how this is gonna work, so I'm gonna go ahead and start packing that onto the lid. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that kind of short stubby brush that we used to darken the outer corner, and we're just gonna add some more of that brown. Okay, so that's how we're looking so far. I'm really loving how this look is turning out. It's very kind of sultry. That dark green on the lid is beautiful. It's so, so pretty. I'm just gonna like kind of bring it into the crease because I know that's gonna happen anyways. And then just kind of buff it with this brush. It's the one that had that lighter shade on top. So that's what we're looking like. So the middle one has Glowed in Year and Time. I thought it said golden, but not. This kind of silvery blue shade. It's kind of like a steel blue, shade. We're gonna take that. I think I'm gonna put it on this like flat smudger brush. Just that not turquoise, sorry, silvery shade. So I'm gonna spray it actually with a little bit of my Urban Decay setting mist. And I'm just gonna pop it right underneath here. I don't know if I really like that color. It's an okay color, it just doesn't fit this palette for me personally. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, why is this shade there? You know, there is that shade. And then I just want to take it's a white shade. I think it's kind of got a gold shift to it. So I'm taking that white shade on a pencil brush, just like that. And then I'm also gonna spray this with my setting spray. I'm just using my Urban Decay if I hadn't mentioned, just because I'm trying to finish that one. We're gonna pop that in the inner corner, get a little bit more of that. That's a really pretty inner corner highlight. These are really flaky, I will say. Like, what do they remind me of? They kind of remind me of like the Shine by SD flaky, like they're flaky shadows, or well, they're not called flakies, but they have a flaky formula. I think Copacetic has a flaky formula, but it's different. There is what the inner corner looks like. I'm just gonna go off camera, do my eyelashes. I'm just gonna put on some mascara and some black liner in the waterline and tightline, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there it is with lashes and everything on. I think it looks super pretty, so I think that's all we're gonna do with this palette. I really like this so far though. Okay, next I wanna go into the highlighter, which I'm so excited about. I don't know how it's gonna look with this look, but here's a close-up of that. It's kind of getting washed out, I think, with all my lighting. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? It's so stunning. So stunning. I'm trying to find a highlighter brush. We'll use this one from e.l.f. So I will say that a really nice thing about these highlighters is no matter if you go in with your brush, it's not going to get ruined because that's how it's cut through. So it's not just like an overlay. Well, it's kind of getting kind of mushed up just a little. Okay, so let's go in. It's really soft, like a really kind of soft, glittery. Ooh, Ooh, kind of looks wet on camera though. That's so pretty. I kind of wish I got the pink one. So mine's the one that's got the purple. Definitely more on the glittery side. Like in person, you can see glitters in it. So if you're not like glitter, but like, I guess sparkles. So if you're not a fan of that, you might not like this. I love all sorts of highlighters. I don't mind. Ooh, that's pretty. She pretty. Just a little bit above the lip. That's really pretty. Okay, so next we're gonna go in to the lips. Let me just go line my lips. I'm gonna use Pat McGrath Buff and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've lined my lips. We're now gonna go in with the lipstick, which here is a close-up of the shade. It's so pretty. Okay, let's do this. I'm excited to try this formula. Oh, it's like a kind of moisturizing feel to it. Definitely feels a little bit on the sheer side. So I think I would have preferred to fill in my lips with lip liner, but it's not terrible. Goes really well with the eye look though, because it's like, you know, that whole green and peach vibe. So I really do, I like how it feels though. It's not super sheer. Like I feel like you can just see a little bit of my natural lip color, or not lip color, but the dark parts of my lip underneath, but it's not terrible. Okay, let me zoom us out and we'll talk about our final thoughts on the product. All right, so now that we've tried almost everything, of course, we haven't tried the larger Norn'S palette, which I will do a video on. If there are specific looks you would like me to do, like certain color stories you want me to focus on, let me know and I can definitely do that. But I will have a video with this up, probably not super soon, but like hopefully soon, because I do want to focus on some other products as well that I have. This palette is such a beautiful palette. I love this color story. It's so easy to kind of, like if you just want something that's easy, like I feel like this is easy, but like you can get really cool looks out of it. So you can stay on this side and go really light and airy. You can go from this side to this side and do something really dark and like, you know, sultry, kind of like what I did. I ended up using every shade because I wanted to know what every shade felt like, what it looked like, and all of that. So that is every single shade from the Ord palette on my eyes. I think it's really beautiful. The highlighter is so nice. In person, it's definitely a lot more glittery. So if that's not something you're a fan of, then I don't recommend it for you. But if you can get past that, it's not terrible. I will say though, mine definitely looks way more dirty than when I started. Can you even tell it's like all mushed up? I'm kind of bummed about that because, I mean, you can still kind of see the purple. There's definitely a green shift to it, and I don't know if that's gonna show on camera, but I can definitely see it on in person. So it really works with this eye look too. And then lastly, we had the lipstick. Oh, it's back in the tube. Well, I mean in the box, it was in the box. But that's basically the lipstick. I think this formula is super nice. It's comfortable, it's easy, and it's not super lipsticky looking. I feel like the lipstick feels like it's between a tinted lip balm and a lipstick. So it's a really nice, comfortable feeling formula. Yeah, I'm super excited that I got to try this brand. I'm really happy that I picked up what I did. I'm happy I didn't go too crazy and buy like multiples. Like I almost thought about buying the whole entire collection, but I'm glad I didn't because the formula of the middle like split pens, I'm not really a huge fan of. I didn't mind this white one for the inner corner, but this one, I don't know, they're really chunky though, so they kind of almost like half fall out. I did have like specks on my nose. I do have kind of a speck here. That's lovely. Now I kind of have it on my skin. I'm gonna take my foundation brush quickly and just try to, and that was like the dark green too, so that wouldn't be nice if you ended up with that all over the place, you know? So there it is. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm sure you have seen tons of Oden'S eye videos by now, and so I'm sorry that this is, you know, late coming to you guys, but I did want to share my thoughts on the palettes and wanted to be able to share a look with you. So there it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you pick up any of the Norn'S collection? If so, what did you pick up and what's your favorite product? I would love to know in the comments down below. And before you leave, please do consider throwing me a thumbs up or thumbs down in the little down bar under here. It really does help out my channel, and it's okay if you want to thumbs it down. That's totally cool with me. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around for more content, and obviously to connect and chat it up in the comments down below. So that being said, I am gonna be checking out now. It's 9 o'clock and I should probably get all washed up and get to bed because I have work tomorrow. Or well, I'm gonna be at work when you're watching this, so you know what I mean. All right, you guys, that's all for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay safe, be kind, and be healthy. Bye for now.